Kia ora everyone, Sarah Creates here with some June progress on my Angelica Schuyler cosplay. So one of the amazing things about this month was that I got to see Hamilton up in Auckland, and that was an amazing experience, and I'm so glad that I got to see it because I was just losing my mind over this thing that I love so much, but also like looking at the costumes in angles that I have never seen before from the pro shot or from reference photos. So I was like making little mental notes about things about particularly Angelica's dress that I just hadn't noticed before, which was amazing. One huge thing that I noticed was just the weight and the density of the skirts. So as I was going into making my petticoat, as I have now, I was just making a mental note that I just needed so much fabric to get that same effect of the movement that was happening on stage. I've mentioned before how important silhouette is to me in my cosplays, which is why this petticoat was such a crucial part of this costume to me. A lot of 18th century skirts can look quite shelf-like over a bustle pad where they just go out and down, whereas I've always noticed about these Hamilton skirts that they have quite an A-line shape to them. They'll go out and out more at the bottom, which is why I've put so much fabric in this, and that is why there is about 6 meters of circumference in the hem, and then about double that in gathers around the hem as well, which would give that shape outwards. And I'm so happy with how this has turned out, so without further ado, I'm going to pop that on and show you. So this here is my petticoat. I believe this is called an apron front. This is just how most 18th century petticoats are constructed. I believe it's called an apron front, but I might be confusing that term. So this is it here, just there's a couple threads down the bottom that I still need to trim, so just ignore that for the moment. But I'm just going to pop this on here. There is a lot of fabric in this. So, sits over the bustle pad. So this is it here, and here we are. This is my petticoat. There is so much fabric in here, and I am so very happy about it because it is so fun to wear. Like, I just know that this is going to be one of my favourite cosplays to wear. Just a bit like my Alice in Wonderland dress as well, because I always enjoy wearing that so much. And I can tell this is just like that. So yeah. One of the other things that I've been doing with this costume is trying to avoid overlocking like the plague, because I just want this to feel as historical as possible, if that makes any sense, and overlocking is just one of those things to me that I'll be like, no, no. So there are things like this, like these double flat felled seams that I've pressed down and sewn like that to finish my edges instead of overlocking as I would normally. And the other thing is that there is lace trimming around this edge, because I actually noticed that in some of the reference photos from the program, from the show, which is a really cool source of reference images like this one here, which is exactly the costume I'm making, which is amazing. One other development this month is I've finally decided what to do with my pocket. I've actually decided against doing a embroidery design, and instead I'm going to do some patchwork using some fabric scraps from my previous cosplays. I've mentioned before that this one is quite a sentimental costume to me, and I think just using scraps from my previous cosplays is a really nice way to kind of celebrate the things that I've learned from them that have gotten me to this point. Alrighty, so next step for this project, I'm finally onto the outer garments. So the first thing I'll be making out of those will be the champagne colour skirt that goes right over the petticoat, and then after that I will start drafting my bodice pattern and the overskirt pattern that's made out of the bronze satin that I have sitting right here. Other than that, that is all I have done on this costume for this month, so I'll see you next month with some more progress. Ka kite!